Hey guys, hello. So welcome back to the channel, guys. I know I have been gone a little bit, but I'm back, and tonight we're going to talk about toxic relationships. Okay, so don't forget, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and invite a friend over, and don't forget to sprinkle and share. Somebody might need to hear what we're talking about today. So um, we said that we're gonna, or I said, you guys agreed that we would talk about friendships, right? So what we're gonna do is, like, in a nutshell, we're gonna round up friendship all together, right? Because we know it's more than just friendships and that's it. So let's talk about tonight toxic relationships, toxic friendships. So when we say toxic, we know, when we hear the word toxic, we know it can mean something bad, right? Not good, things like that. So when we have a toxic relationship, right, it can, a lot of things can come out of that. And a lot of times we say, let's get away from toxic relationships. Delete those people out of your life because they're no good for you, right? They are no good for you. So what has to happen is, well, what happens in those kind of relationships is always one-sided. That's one option. Or it's always someone putting you down in the relationship. And of course, a friendship is built of a relationship of a sort. Okay, just like a husband and wife, a boyfriend and girlfriend. This is a friendship that has develops a relationship. Okay, and with toxic people, they only think about themselves, right? No matter what you say, they never realize that they are the toxic person. No matter what you say, they never realize that they are doing things wrong. It's always you're wrong. They always point the finger. They always have an excuse. So these are triggers that you got to look for in people that you call friend, right? We're so quick to give people the title best friend or friend, but we'll talk about that. And you know, and they're toxic. And so we get mad about it, but we never delete them from our lives. We never distance ourselves. We never release them to go. Because what they do is, when they're done with you, they move on and they become toxic to somebody else. So it just formed another toxic relationship. So usually with toxic people, it's one-sided. It's always what their needs are. It's always what they want, what they need. It's never what you want. It's never like, okay, let's, 50-50. Let's me, you support me, I support you, I'm there for you, you're there for me. No, it's always like, well, I hear you venting, okay, I'm listening to you, I'm this, I'm helping you. But then when it's your turn, it's like they don't have time, they're not available, they're not answering their phone, they don't answer text, they're slow food to get to things, they don't support you. So it's a number of things that come into play when you're dealing with toxic people. They always have negative energy, they're always being negative, right? So you got to be careful of that. And you're like, man, I'm always there for you, why aren't you, you start to ask yourself those questions. And sometimes it takes a long time because we're in denial that someone that we care about or we call a friend would do that to us, right? But believe it, guys, you got to look for triggers, you got to look for signals, you got to look for signs in any relationship. And it works the same in friendships as well. You got to look for those signs. If the friendship is lopsided, if I can't ever tell you when you're wrong, if you can't ever take constructive criticism, we have a problem, right? If you never can support me, you never can help me, you're never there for me, we have a problem, because then it's not a two-way relationship, it's lopsided. Okay, a toxic friendship will reflect that person always talking about somebody, which makes you think, do you do the same for me? Or always bringing the bone to you, this person said this about you, but my question always is what did you say? Don't come and tell me what somebody else said, tell me what you said, right? So I just wanted to briefly touch on toxic people and really look at the people in your circle. I always say sprinkling your circle, because friendships, true friendships, will last through just about anything. You can get through it. And even if you kind of separate for a little, you kind of come back together. If it's truly a true friendship, and you can apologize and move on. But then there are instances where that can't take place, right? And sometimes you have to separate, and that's okay too. You just have to realize what is for you and what's not for you. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like scratching my head. I'm sorry. What is for you and what's not for you. You have to understand that. So with friendships, so pick and choose who you want to keep in your immediate circle. Because remember, it's important because those people, you pour into them, they pour into you. What kind of energy are they bringing to the circle? What do they bring into your life? What do they contribute to your life? Those are the questions that you want to ask yourself. It's late. I said I wasn't going to be on here long, but I did want to come. I got to get back in the groove of things. I was on every day, and then I went out of town. I was like, ooh. So thank you guys so much for joining the channel. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your support most of all. I appreciate that. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, right? Because we are building, right? And share it. You never know who needs to know or hear just a snippet of or who can be in a toxic relationship right now with a friend who abuses the relationship mentally. You know, like people get in your head, and your mind is the first thing that has to change with anything, and they get in your head, making you believe all these things that are untrue. Okay, so be careful, be leery of toxic relationships, okay? So thank you guys for joining. Until next time, don't forget, come back and see me. We're going to talk about friendships this entire time, and we're going to talk about different aspects of a friendship and of a good friendship versus a bad friendship. And like we're talking about tonight of what's really toxic, and someone who is toxic and negative around you. You don't want that kind of spirit around you. So get rid of them. Move them out of your circle. Get them out of your immediate circle. You can still love somebody from a distance, right? Just love them from a distance. It's like, I don't want any of that negative energy near me. I don't want to bring any of that into my circle. I don't want that in my head. I don't want that in my sight. I don't want that in my ear gates. I don't want it. And you're the only one who can decide what's best for you and your circle. Okay? And the longer you keep it around, you'll start to like mimic it. You'll start to be like that. Like it'll rub off on you, you know, naturally. But so I love you guys. Spread love, spread joy, not negativity. Okay? All right, guys. Thanks for joining my channel. I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great evening.